Hey, Monique Head here. And so in today's video, really, the last few emails that you've gotten from me, I've talked about 3 ways that successful women block the right man or are blocking the right man. And in the first video, I talked about this promise ring. And I don't know if it's a promise ring per se, but I told the story of a woman who wore a ring on her ring finger, on her left ring finger, and how that subconsciously blocks it, right? Because it detracts from the attraction signals that you could be sending out. The second block that successful women do is projects. All of these starts with P, this cool alliteration. So P is for projects, right? Maybe you're really successful at work and you enjoy the work that you do because it's really satisfying. And because of that, it's the work is really predictable. Like you can kind of predict the results. And maybe you're a woman and you like to know what's coming next because you're a type A personality. But because you don't get those same results in your love life, when you put forth the effort, you're not getting the same results. Pardon me, you sort of unintentionally abandon your dating life. And so in today's video, I want to share the third block that successful women participate in, the path that really keeps the right man away. And it's P is for projecting into the future. Check this out. Just last night, just yesterday, my husband and I were watching Bishop Jakes, TD Jakes on The Breakfast Club. And he talked about his new book, Soar. And one of the things that he says is that people have so much respect for the future and no respect for the present. And I was like, come on, Jakes. Come on, Bishop. Tell us. So we're so excited about getting to the next step. We're so excited about our dream that we forfeit what's happening in the moment. What this looked like for me is that, when my husband and I were courting, I remember bringing him some Thai food. And I'm a first generation American, right? I'm Jamaican. And he is American. His parents are from, Missouri, and he has a long history of family here too, and also in the South. So, in my head, I was like, man, I think I want to be with the West Indian man because, we have this culture thing together, or maybe another first generation American because it would be easier. He would appreciate my food. I think that he will be cultured. And when I met my husband, he was really cool with, I shared this story with all my clients, that he was just really satisfied with some pizza and some chicken wings. And so when I brought the Thai food, he was like, ugh, what is that? And I was like, oh my gosh, this man has to have more. Like I was projecting, and I would tell myself, like, oh my goodness, if we have children, they're going to be so basic. This was my fear. Like, oh my gosh, if we have kids, they're going to be so basic because daddy's going to be basic. He just wants chicken wings and pizza. And I want my children to have food of the world. Like I want my children to be cultured and children of the world. So there I was in that moment projecting, which is really a part of my control. I mean, like, in hindsight right now, it's like, why am I thinking about what this brother's eating? Who cares? Because what I know that can happen is that when I'm doing my best, I can influence him through my way of living and my way of being by inspiration and invitation instead of manipulation and control and making demands and criticizing the way that he eats. And so in that moment, I was forfeiting the present. I had no respect for the present. And this is what I see so many women doing, is that you're projecting into the future about how disappointed you'll be, about what has happened in the past is going to predict the future and vice versa, about living in the past really and not really being present in the moment. You're forfeiting that moment for connection and ease and intimacy. Okay, so I just want you to be mindful of that. So your assignment is to think about how can you practice presence every day. Okay, I got an email from this gentleman, Brendan Bouchard, and he talks about this thing that's called 2 beats longer, where you can practice presence by, if there's a moment where you are, you notice there's something wonderful and beautiful, and you want to just be in that moment for just 2 beats longer. Okay, and I want to encourage you to do that because that's a great way to begin to practice presence so that you don't project and you don't forfeit out on the man that God could have for you because you're already thinking about who he is, who he's not, what he's doing, what he ain't doing, and all of these different things that our mind, like all these stories that our mind would tell us and the way that it will go. Okay. Once I was able to let that go for my husband and to say, well, okay, this man is not basic. Instead, he's just easy to please. When I practiced presence, I had a reframe and that allowed me to create more connection with him. Okay. Now my husband's just easy to please, which is less pressure on me. All right. I hope this information served you. I want to invite you to the webinar that I'm having. It's called Be the Woman Who Fascinates Men, 6 Steps to Attract the Right Man and Create a Purposeful Relationship. Go ahead and click the link below and you can go ahead and register for that webinar that's happening November the 1st, which is next Wednesday at the time of this recording. All right, Monique Head signing out. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye.